Well, if you have passed St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Church in Northampton this past summer, you might have done a double take. For the last year, parishioners have witnessed various renovations to the church exterior, including the addition of 3 new statues, giving the church and grounds a whole new look. Steve Kiltonic visited the church recently and explains why renovations are still to come for this parish.
When St. Elizabeth Ann Seton became Northampton's mother parish over 11 years ago, a master 3-phase design and renovation plan for its church was put in place by Father John Connors, the first pastor. It's taken a number of years, but work on long overdue renovations began last November when Phase 1 began on the church's exterior. Renovations were completed this past summer and included the addition of a handicap ramp adjacent to the church's main parking lot, a new lighting system which was installed around the perimeter of the church in the front, side, and back parking lot areas, landscaping which included the addition of many shrubs, trees, and grass, along with a complete stormwater drain system, and new sidewalks installed on the front grounds gave the church a facelift for passers-by on busy King Street. Father Francis Riley has been pastor of St. Elizabeth for the past 5 years.
Well, the design in the front walkway shows that this place is accessible to everyone, especially handicap accessible from the street and from the handicap over there. And actually we've got sidewalks that go from the front street to the sides there. And it's something like, could be like arms embracing people coming in, but it could be also imaginatively seen as the heart of Christ. Because this church used to be called Sacred Heart Church. It has a great majesty and dignity and openness of welcome to the people.
The addition of 3 statues on the front grounds in August completed Phase 1.
The most interesting statue will be at the end of the handicap rail, and that's going to be the statue of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, the founder of Catholic education. She's educating the children. Then we have a new Sacred Heart statue coming in, and the statue that was up at the Blessed Sacrament Church of the Blessed Mother and Child will be in the front of the church. And all of this provides a real welcome to the people to come and see and to celebrate their faith.
Previously, artifacts from St. John Cantius and St. Mary of the Assumption were added to the interior, including a crucifix which was repainted and hangs over the altar, along with the baptismal font. In addition to parishioner donations, much of the money to pay for the current and future renovation work comes from the sale of St. John Cantius and Blessed Sacrament churches, which were merged during the consolidation. Phase 2 of the project is expected to begin sometime next March, after architectural drawings are completed this fall. Bids can then be solicited and a contractor selected.
Phase 2 will be putting a new roof on the church. We have the cupola there that's kind of got wood that's been around for a long time, and perhaps it's not really, it's maybe rotted, and so we need to think about how we're going to restore that or replace that or remove that entirely. But first of all, the roof, and then the gutter system, and then we have to paint the windows and the whatever it is, plexiglass or some kind of glass that's on there, and maybe any pointing. And in the front of the church, we have the columns that are there, and I don't think they're weight-bearing, but they're really decorative, so we have to restore those.
Phase 3 will start once Phase 2 is complete and will include a new floor and carpeting along with a repainting of the entire interior. Also, pews from St. Mary of the Assumption will be removed and installed. During Phase 3, St. Elizabeth will be temporarily closed and masses will be held at Annunciation Chapel. The buildings in Florence have been used for parish offices, the parish center, as well as religious education. Father Riley said Annunciation steps and sidewalk will be redone, the front door will be refurbished, and the exterior of the church will be repainted. Work is expected to be completed this fall.
It's kind of a challenge to be able to complete it, so we just have to put our talents and our finances, our time, talent, and treasure together to make it work, to bring it to completion. So we have to just take one step at a time. And one person said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's what we're doing here.
Unfortunately, Father Riley won't be around to see the fruits of his labor here, as he's been reassigned as pastor of St. Jerome's Parish in Holyoke. But he said his tenure in Northampton has been rewarding. What have you enjoyed most about it?
I think getting to know the people, working with the people, getting to love the people, and that's it.
For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonic.
On his final day serving as pastor, Father Riley blessed the 3 new statues as many parishioners turned out to thank him for serving there for the last 5 years, singing "Happy Trails to You." And at the same time, they welcomed their new pastor, Father Michael Lilpop, whose job it will now be to complete the next 2 phases of the renovation.